Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? I am going to live stream my game Waterloo Solitaire from Worthington Press. So I did an unboxing with this I think with Bismarck a while ago. So I'm gonna do the game today. So this game, it's set up, there's the board set up already. I'm gonna play the French against the Allies, which is English, and the Prussians are over here when they come in. You can play either side. You can play with the Allies or you can play with the French. You have two different decks, and here's all wooden blocks to play, and you have a nice little tray for it. If you want to see my unboxing video on it, you can go look for it in my list of videos for this specific game. But this is set up for now the French to play. Like I said, Solitaire, so you have AI player aids. You have 3 levels of difficulty. Challenging is the first level, then veteran, then tough. So that's how it gets harder, like, as we go. And stuff, so it'd be easier or harder depending on what it is. Just what it is. As this is the lowest difficulty level, which I will do first. So this is going to be the AI for this game, for the Allies. Roll a 6-sided dice for that. So that's all you need to roll for the game. And then here is the chart. The lower the roll, the worse for the Allies it is. The higher the roll, the better for the French, or better for the Allies. Better for the French, higher. Worse for the Allies, higher. Lower, better for the French. Worse for the Allies. These are the cavalry units. These all represent units of infantry with no flags on them, with the scouts-like symbol. The flag, cavalry, are here, here, and here for the Allies. Prussians come in throughout the game. You do have reserve units here that can come up and replace either wing. So we have left wing, right wing. For the Allies, we have the 2 special places that were at Waterloo. The Saint and Hogamut buildings that are left here with Allies that control them at first. So the British control them first. Then you have 3rd Cavalry over here, 2 Corps, 1st Corps, and 4th Cavalry here with reserves, and the Imperial Guards back here. And then we have cards to do our actions. We shuffle them up already. We get 7 if we're a rookie. I'll put me at 7 because we're playing first game. 5, 6, 7, and then you go through the deck only once. You have your turn track up top, and we draw through. Once we're out through all the cards, that's it, because we don't recycle or anything. So the first part of the turn here, since we're ready to go, is I'm going to just do this right now to set these out so we can kind of see what kind of cards we kind of have, because depending on what they are, you activate certain units for the French. So I have artillery, which I can fire artillery at left wing or right wing, and then either get a hit or no hit. Depending on 1-3, it's a hit. 4-6, it's no hits. We can do some reserves or attack the Prussians if they're there with a dice roll modifier. +1 would be worse for the French, so anytime there's a +1, usually it sounds good, but in this case, for French is bad. If it's minus something, it's better for the French. It's better for the Allies if it's plus. So that's how it keeps it kind of using the same settings, everything for either side, no matter what you play. And you have 2 Corps, we can activate 2 Corps, we're going to activate 1 Corps, and we can do the reserves, and we can do the artillery. So first thing I need to pick what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to activate the 1 Corps. We also have combined arms tactics, so if you're Allies, you get 3, you get 5 if it's French, and basically it adds a DRM in my good position, so I have -1 DRM for the French, and a +1 for the Allies if they use it. So, and how you use it is if I bring another card in that's not the same as the infantry here. So I'm going to bring in a reserve card. That will allow me to do a +-1 actually DRM attack here and I'm at 1 corps. I'm going to attack here. I'm going to attack Le Horizont at this point in time, right? So that's, I have to define what action I want to do, and that's what I'm doing. So, and I get to attack with +1 DRM normally. Since I'm using a combined arms action, it'll be -1, so it'll be a 0 DRM. Now we roll on our wonderful chart for the British, because it may affect your action layer. So 3. So 3 left wing, which is the one we're attacking, so it's going to affect us probably. Attack 1 corps if the allied left wing has more units than the first corps, and I'll start it with usually no. 4 versus a lot, no. Otherwise, defend the left wing and form square +2 DRM if attacked by cavalry. We're not attacking with the cavalry, so there's nothing going to be affected with that specific action. So we use 2 cards, those discard basically, and I'm attacking, so we roll on the results with no dice roll modifier, and so 2 is good for the French. We look on our chart, 1 hit ally, so that removes 1 from the game, and removing it is gone. And that would be the first turn, and that's how a turn goes for pretty much. And then I draw the 2 cards back, so I got cavalry and another 1 corps, which is cool because I get to use that again. So we replace the cards we've used, all the ones we've used. So now we're into turn 2, and we're going to do press the attack with the first corps. Actually, you know what? I was attacking here, so that was my mistake. Thank you for telling me. Somebody was screaming at me out there. So he took care of that because I did take the 1 hit and remove it away. So now we're going to attack again at the left. The roll for the allies, which is a 6. I think it's Prussian arrives. So add 2 Prussian units and marking them on the map. So that's going to be over here. So we take the 2 green blocks, marking here like, oh, the Russians are coming. The Prussians are coming. And if the amount of Russians here equal or more than first corps, then they get attack with a +2 DRM, which is pretty nasty. So right now that's not going to affect anything. So we're just attacking here with a 0 DRM as well. A 3, which should be good. 1 hit French, 1 hit ally. So 2, but 1 from each side. The battle is going swimmingly for sort of the French so far. And then we're on turn 3, and we pull back a card and discard 1 corps. So I know I have no more 1 corps cards, so I can't play and activate that specific unit at this point in time. So I have to either hit with a 2 corps, fire artillery, which I can fire artillery into that wing, and it's just a 50% chance of hitting something. I can pull reserve units up if I wanted to, or do a cavalry charge into the right wing if I want to too. But you know that if they do the square, and you know if they roll a 3, then they can do a square. That will cause some issues for my cavalry. So I only have 3 cavalry here. So, but we can do a plus attack with them. So what we can do? For me, I'm just gonna fire the artillery and show how that works. So we'll fire the artillery. I don't know why we have to wait, because the allies kind of get to see what they do. That's a 4. I think we've had that yet. If French attack, charge the attacking formation, charge with a +2 DRM if attacking French infantry. So if I was attacking with my infantry, we would charge them with the cavalry unit and +2 DRM. But we're not. Otherwise, we roll and apply the results from the tactical, which is up there. So we have to re-roll because I was not attacking with firing artillery. So it's a 6. Allied artillery tactics. So we'll remove 1 French of my choice. I'll remove 1 of the 2 corps. I don't know, I just feel like doing that. So we'll get rid of a 2-core unit, and now here comes, I need a 1 or 1, 2, 3. And I get a 4. And guess what? That means I did nothing to them at all. Discard, then draw. So we got another reserve. And move up. Turn track. So we're gonna do a cavalry charge. Let's just do it. We're attacking with 4 into the left wing. Yep, and we're gonna do, let's do combined attack. So we'll see what happens there. So I'll get a -1 DRM. It's a 3. So it's a left wing plus 2 DRM for defense. Defend the left wing and form square if attacked by cavalry. Yeah, that's not a fun one to deal with. So if you want to read the actual what's it mean. Yeah. I forgot. So I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's right. So now it's a 2 DRM, right, on my attack. So that's kind of bad. So it takes my -1 and makes it a 1 DRM. So now I can roll because they're in a square formation for my cavalry attack. So it's not as bad as it could be, but still bad. And that's worse. So it's a 6. That means I probably lose 2 French units. Yep. So 2 cavalry units get crushed on that attack. That was pretty bad. And that's how it can happen so quickly and turn the tide of battle. So now we get 2 more. 2 core. Need 1 core. Cavalry charge again. So my cavalry units, I can't get any reserves or bring any back, so I have 1 cavalry unit left. So it's kind of yucky. So I did move that up already. Gotta try to break that left wing. It's not looking good. So I guess we're gonna attack up from 2 core now. The only thing with attacking here, if we attack them straight up, it's a +2 DRM to attack them straight. With this is our +1 here if this is occupied, or it's +2 if this we're trying to attack here because it's well defended. So your choice is usually to get rid of this, I think, because then it gives you a better chance to defend there, attack there. With that plus DRM is kind of hard to deal with in my estimation. But anyways, so let's attack them with a combined arms attack. I've used only, yeah, we'll use another one. So we'll use it with the cavalry. So it'll be only a 1 DRM, but we're gonna roll, see what the allies will do now. 3. So 3 is a left wing, so defending here, we're not attacking there, so it doesn't matter. And let's attack. Let's get a 1. I need a 1. I need at least a 1. A 3, which will be a 4. So it's 1-1. So lose 1, they lose 1. So that's good. Still a great result. However, still lose units, which I don't like. And then we've got 1 core and 1 core again. So now we're on the next one. We're going to attack with 1 core going up here. And we got a 5, which is allied artillery fire. So 1-2 is 1 core, 3-4 is 2 core, 5-6 nothing. 5-6 would be nice. 5-6 we're good. And they are attacking with 0 DRM. 2 was a great 1 allied hit. So boom. Get rid of one of those British limeys. So yeah, move on to the next one. I hope I'm tracking that right. Anyways, discard and pull. Napoleon. Now Napoleon gets you pick one card out of your discard pile if you want to use something again, which is nice. It gives you the flexibility to use different things, which makes sense why it's Napoleon. So I could use as another 1 core card, which I'm going to attack with 1 core again. And it's a 3. It's a left wing again, so it's +2 DRM if I'm attacking with cavalry, which I'm not. So that's not going to matter. So let's roll 2. 1 allied hit. It's a good hit. Good hit. Battle's going good for the French. Usually goes good on the left wing. Easy to get rid of because they have overwhelming force usually compared to the right wing. We still got reserves, still got Prussians. So that can change the battle pretty quickly. Alright, I move that up. Move that up, move that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a card. Imperial Guard. That allows us to attack with the Imperial Guard back here, and they can attack left wing or right wing or the Prussians, or they can attack the reserves if the wing is completely destroyed on either side. So you can directly attack that. So let's move on to the next mission, and I'm going to use 1 core again with Napoleon. Pull that back out. You discard it. I forgot to do that. And we'll just bring it back out. Napoleon's gonna be gone. And we're attacking, but first we gotta roll to see what the allies are doing. 2. They're right wing now, which we're not gonna do anything with right wing. Not attacking there. So let's see what DRM is. 0. 4. That's not a good one. I think it's a double hit. Whoops. Yeah. Ally and French gone. That means reserves are open for attack now, and that wing is destroyed. We'd have to destroy basically two formation, 2 wings, so reserve, left wing, right wing, or cavalry. So you win the game. Quick. And field artillery. So, what does we want to do? I think we need to pull up before that gets hammered. Reserves, 2 reserves up. That's what we're doing up here, but we got to roll to see what they do. 3, that's going to be right wing, left wing, sorry. Nothing's there, so there's nothing there. Doesn't matter. So 2 units come up from reserve to bolster the French on that side. And that's discard and pull. Field artillery again. Let's attack reserve with the Imperial Guard. How are we in? Yeah, we're gonna hit them hard with the DRM attack combined. And I don't think I moved that up. See what they're doing. They're a 4. Allied cavalry charge. If French attack, which they are, charge, attacking formation, charge at +2 DRM if attacking French are infantry, which they are, otherwise we roll. So +2 DRM -1, so they're 3. So they're attacking them, +2 DRM. Ouch. 2 hits. Gone. And then they can attack the reserves. 2. Actually, they're -1 too. 2 hits to the reserve. Hope I'm doing that right, because I have to think about that for a second, but I did it. So the Imperial Guard got hammered hard, but they were able to defeat the reserves. And let's move on to the next turn. Just get rid of that. Draw 2. Fire artillery, Imperial Guard again. Imperial Guard's pretty much toasted. So, and we need to attack the reserves. And I don't have any way. I'm just going to fire artillery at them. Well, I shouldn't discard it until I use it. So they're firing here. What are they going to do? I wonder if we can roll 6 again. 5. So they're firing artillery at me when I'm firing artillery. 6. Nothing. I need a 1 or a 3. Nothing. What a waste. What a waste. That next turn. Imperial Guard again. Yeah, we're gonna cavalry. Oh, we're gonna have to do Imperial Guard. Just waste them out, and they're gonna attack up here with the final DRM modifier. See what they got. 3. So that is left wing, but there's nothing there anymore. So they're attacking reserves. Cavalry's not being attacked or anything, so nothing's gonna happen there. We need a low. I need a 1 to take out the reserves, and the French will win this battle. 6. Nope. -1, so 5. 1 hit French. There goes the Imperial Guard. They're gone. So they've lost 1 formation, which is not good for the French. Oui. All the way home. Almost out of cards. Got another Napoleon, so we're gonna play Napoleon. That's gonna be 1 corps. It's gonna attack the reserves. See what this is. A 3. I keep knocking things over. Which is left wing, and they're not attacking with artillery, so we're fine. And let's see, we need a low roll here. Take a 1 would be nice. 3 would be 1 hit, 1 hit. 1 hit wonders. So 1 reserve left. Down to the wire. Last draw card. Napoleon again. 1 corps attack in. See what happens. A 2. Right wing. Nothing's happening on right wing. And this is 0 DRM. 4. Both get 1 hit, 1 hit. And that means on this game, at least I'm gonna go 1, 2. On turn 13, we've taken out the reserves and the left wing. That's 2 formations gone. I believe that's a win in anybody's book, because we can go to how to win, so you guys know too. The French player wins anytime they eliminate all units in 2 of the 3 following allied formations: right wing, left wing, reserve. Firm player can use and at any turn with all the reserves. All the units, including reinforcements, are moved from reserve. For French, 1 corps or 2 corps are removed from the game. Yep. And the French player loses any turn if 7 or more Prussian units are on the board. Eliminate Prussian units do not count towards that number. So the French won this battle of the Waterloo in 2025. I still had a decent amount of cards left. It was turn 13, I think. If I didn't miss moving that marker or not. With 2 Prussians on the board, they really didn't do much, but they hammered the Imperial Guards for sure. But 2 corps did a pretty bang-up job of staying around with some reserves. Cavalry did okay. 1 corps got trunched. First corps got trunched pretty good, but it's a fun game to play. Like I said, you can up the challenging levels if you wanted to. So if we moved up, I think, to a higher level, artillery is going to hit no matter what every time. That's the same. Mostly they're the same. Attack with 1 corps if allied left wing has more units all the time. Nothing to do with, otherwise we roll. See, they would go these automatically up there on the more difficult levels versus just sitting there and doing nothing. And any French actions cancel this turn, which is that's sucky, which does not happen on the challenging one. Wait, yeah, it does. Because I haven't really did all the Yep, cancel Frenches. So I'm just seeing whatever else. Ignore hits, ignore hits. So it just means you use more of the tax, which is a little harder on that, more than anything. It's a fun game to play. It's like, how long did it take? Maybe 30 minutes or less. Like ordering a pizza. So yeah, a little war game. Anyways, would you guys throw some comments down if you like my games? I do a lot of different war games, from miniatures to board games to a lot of Solitaire to just playing other games I find around, old war games. I have some old vintage war games, as I guess you call them now, even though they're still from my time on the earth. But different kind of games have developed over the years, changed how complex or uncomplex they have been compared to what they used to be. They used to be tremendously complex and ambiguous somewhat. Now they're highly cinematic, a lot of colors involved compared to what they kind of used to be. Anyways, have a great wargaming day, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is my